I'm fine. Yeah. Aside from the not sleeping, the jumpiness, the constant overwhelming crushing feeling that something terrible is about to happen. You said it's called hypervigilance, right? The feeling of being under threat, but it's more than just a feeling though. It's like a panic attack. It feels like I can't breathe. It feels like I'm drowning. And I'm trying to hold my breath till that last moment, but I end up opening my mouth. It must be the stupid reflexes, right? I thought it's all about survival. But the more time I spend on surviving the agonizing pain, and oh, don't forget the part where your heart and your head feels like it's exploding. What if it gets worse? You know? It's agony now and I keep on surviving, and then it's hell later on.
So the way I see this, I have three choices. One, I shoot him and he's dead. That's why I go to prison and we are left with nobody. And let me tell you right now, that seems like it's not such a bad option. Two, I kick the crap out of him, which is probably not the best choice because I am not much as a fighter. Three, I leave you, call off the wedding, play the gifted lover, and expose your indiscretions to the entire community. But all of that is no good, you see. Like, none of those options give me you. And in spite of everything, I love you, Ali. Look, forget about everything. Forget what people will say. Forget that our wedding is in 3 weeks. Yes, people will talk. It started already. But I love you, Ali. I meant what I said when I gave you that ring. It's normal not to forget your first love. But I love you. And I want you for myself. I don't have to convince my fiancée that she should be with me.
Honestly, I don't think that I really understood what I needed until now. But you haven't been listening to me. I told you that I don't feel safe here. I need to feel safe, Dad, and I don't. It's not about the house. Dad, it's the home. And it's not about what happened with Carrie or my struggle with depression or even the last break-in. I haven't felt safe or like I'm on solid ground ever since Mom died and you left. You're part of the home that I don't feel safe in. And that feeling is what left me vulnerable to someone like Carrie.
So this morning I was in the kitchen making breakfast. His favorite dish, bacon and eggs. So I had his footsteps walking towards me. And then I turned back with a huge smile on my face because I was so happy to see him. And then I saw his face. The very same face that he had whenever he wants to hit me, and I knew that he was coming for me. His eyes so cold. That's when I knew that he was coming for. So I stepped back, and then he kept on coming. And then he held my neck. He held my neck so tight, and I could hear my entire life slipping away. Then I grabbed a knife right beside me, and I stabbed him. I stabbed him 5 times without stopping. And then there was this part of me that was so happy. I was so happy because I knew that he was never gonna hit me again. So what do you call that? A murderer, a self-defense. I am not a murderer. I am a winner. I am a survivor. I was fighting for my life. That was self-defense. I am not a murderer. I'm so sorry.
I didn't write the letter.
Why not?
We had a car accident at 8 months. He died.
I'm sorry.
Look, I know you're just doing your job, bringing up Wes, Sam. But this, it was years of feeling like my body was broken, sticking myself with needles. So finally hearing his heartbeat. Now that was the real loss of him, me, who I was before all of this. Dead. I killed us both.
Were you drinking?
No, someone hit me.
So it was an accident, you didn't...
No, stop! I'm opening up like you want me to, and you keep staring me someplace, getting me to feel something that you think I should be feeling. Let me feel guilty.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you...
Well, you do. So does everybody else, the whole world. Always making me feel like I'm not right the way I am. Sam wanted me to be the mother. My clients wanted me to be the hero. I can't be all those things. I can't be strong all the time. Now say something.
I think you're stronger than anyone else would be in your shoes.
I'm not.
Look at the evidence. Everything you survived. You lost a child. That pain alone is enough to level a parent, but you got up and you fought for your life.
I tried to take my life. After that picture, it was my worst nightmare, following me home to an empty nursery, a body producing milk to a child that was never there, and Sam trying to fix things. God, I want to drink. Because as a mother, I wanted to die with my son.
You can't just abandon your kids and then show up one day and take a pic of your letter. It's not how it works. You know what? Shut up, Frank. This isn't about you. It's about you and what you didn't do. It's about what I did. And you know what? I did a fucking great job. You know, Debbie's class president. She's even part of the debate team, and the team is going to nationals. Oh, and Lip is top of his class, and he hit the curb. And Ian got promoted. He even tested out for English. And Carl made something fucking blow up at science fair. They all did that. No thanks to you, because you weren't there. I was. Liam doesn't even know you. You know what? Yes, but you were my mother too. You were my mother. I was 9 when you left me. I was 9. And I had to take care of Dad. I couldn't handle it. How do you give that to a child? It's okay.
You know how much I love you.
Stop
You know
it.
how much
Stop
You're the only woman that I
Stop
want.
lying to me, okay? The very thing that distinguishes us both is the fact that I wouldn't hesitate to choose you in every lifetime. But you couldn't even choose me in this one. Although I gave you my flesh and bones, I cannot love you into loving me. And there you are, overflowing with my love. And here I am, pleading for a droplet of yours or whatever I could salvage. But there should come a time where you recognize that to grieve someone hurts a lot less than forcing them to be a part of your life. I know I shouldn't be begging for love, but all I wanted was for someone to be afraid of losing me. That's all.
I've always been afraid of heights. I would fly high up in the sky until the chain went slack. And just when I thought I would fall off the seat, I would shout, "Mom! Look at me, Mom! Look at me!" And she never did. She never looked. Uncle Jack did. He looked at me and he looked after Mom. I suppose you say that was my first sexual experience in that park. I was right. Uncle Jack touched me. He didn't touch the merry-go-round. He touched me. That's why I never wanted breasts, because I thought that's what would make men want you more. And Robert, my piano teacher, he compliments my perfect little feet. I know I have ugly feet. What kills him the most is when I smoke. He says it will eat my youth away, blotch my skin. And I tell him that's exactly what I want. I want to be like an aging ballerina. That's what I want. To be like an aging ballerina.
Please don't sit there and try to say you can understand what I'm going through. Or like you can relate, because comparing a grandparent and a best friend is totally different. Hello, sorry I lost my dad. It sort of feels like I lost 4 grandparents and 5 best friends. I lost my dad, who was literally the light of my life. He is half of the reason why I'm even here. So for you to try and say you can imagine what I'm going through, when I myself can't even explain this pain and this sorrow and this emptiness and this isolation that I'm feeling inside. Half of the time I'm just like so frustrated, and I start throwing things in my room because I have to accept the fact that he's not coming back. And half of the time I'm just like crying, and I'm Norm, and I'm trying to think what I'm thinking, and I don't even know if I'm thinking. I'm just going through the emotions. Maybe I just need someone there who can just like sit and listen and hear me talk. But there's just this silence. So I don't feel alone, and maybe, I don't know, because I'm frustrated. He's not coming back. He is gone. And I just can't shake the feeling I'm feeling inside. So you don't get to tell me to understand. You will understand that until you too do lose your father, that you don't get it.
Senator Chuko, in 1993, you developed the land at Penny's Landing into what is now Chuko Plaza. Is this correct? I have a record of an injunction brought against your project by Trisha Stanley, advocating for the thousands of citizens living in low-income housings who would be displaced by your project. 10 days after, Ms. Stanley was murdered. Your attorney struck down the injunction and your project went forward unopposed. So my question is, Senator, did you kill Miss Trisha Stanley? Did you convince your tenant Linda Morelli to testify that Trisha Stanley was killed by her boyfriend David Allen? Explain why your eviction suit against Miss Morelli was dropped despite her inability to pay rent money? Is it because her lost rent money was nothing compared to the millions you were about to make once Miss Stanley was out of your way? Why was Linda Morelli granted these concessions? I am sorry, Senator, if you do not have the time for who bore the real cost of your development. Not just Trisha Stanley and her boyfriend, David Allen, who served 21 years in prison, but the thousands who were displaced by your business in the name of lining your pockets. The majority of whom are poor, powerless, and didn't bear the color of skin desirable to your business interest. You tore our community apart. You tore families apart. You destroyed lives, Senator. Admitted. You killed Trisha Stanley and had my client David Allen set up for a murder.
Today I was in the kitchen making breakfast for myself. I've heard his footsteps walking towards me. And I turned back with a huge smile on my face because I was so happy to see him. But I saw his face. The same look he had always when he wanted to hit me. So I stepped back. He kept coming. He had my neck so tight. I could feel my entire life slipping away. So I grabbed a knife right beside me and I stabbed him 5 times without stopping, and I watched him die. A huge part of me was so happy because he would never, ever hit me again. So what do you call that? A self-defense or a murderer? I am not a murderer. I'm a survivor.
I think we should tell the police about that. I am not going to tell the police anything, jailer. Unlike you, I don't want to go to jail. I've been trying all my fucking life to stay away from jail. Listen, almost my entire family has been to jail, and I want to be the one to set an example for my family's future generation. So please, I'm begging you, don't take me in. Please, Jada. You know what? It's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm tired of you acting all took with issues. I can't be like you. And I don't want to be like you. But trust me, if you say anything to the police, that girl isn't going to be the only thing I made up today.
You know what, Charles? Old Helen is gone, and you definitely not talk to me like that. You see, I came here to help you, but now I'm gonna get even with you. Just shut the hell up, Charles. Shut the hell up. You want Brenda? Your kids? Do you see what you flipping left me for, Charles? He didn't care. She didn't care about you. She told them to let you die. I was your wife. I would have never let you die or even hurt you, Charles. And you know what's funny about this whole thing? I gave you life even though you took it away from me. You got me all stressed out. I couldn't keep anything down, Charles. My weight was going up and down. Your boys, your kids. I wanted children, Charles. And had you not been with those hoes, we would have had them. 2 miscarriages. heard you say that you are sorry. You know what, Charles? Let's just wrap this thing up. I'm going to leave you here for a few days and just think about what I've said.
You know, Ntwana, you're not gonna believe this. But then when you were growing up, I would put you up and say to your mother, this kid is gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid is gonna be the best kid anybody ever knew. And then you grew up good and wonderful. But then something along the lines, Ntwana, something along the lines changed. You began listening to people when they told you you're not good enough. And then when it's time for you to be your own man, you started looking for someone to blame. So you blame me. Let me tell you something, Tuan. Life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a fucking nasty place and it will beat you down and get you on your knees. Not me, not anybody, not even your mother will hit you as much as life. But it's not how hard it hits, Tuan. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How many hits you can take and keep moving forward, Tuan. That's how winning is done. If you know what you were, then go out there and get what you were. Satama, you blame about and saying you're not where you want to be because of him and him and him. That's not how winning is done. You are better than that, Ntwana.
Voice. Sinobonga sathana nasathana. Bonga wagcina sehluleka ufihla ukuthi usemithi. Bathi begcina lapho bamithi bayixoxa umakhelwane lendaba yaze yafika kubo. Makabonge wangqongqozela ekuseni ngo7 wathi Mdumseni awusebenzi awufesi awumakethi uqana nensangu libaleze igenxa angina future cabanga mfowethu umuntu ethi angina future mina ngizama kanje lapha empilweni ngizamela umntana wakhe lo muntu kusuka lapho uSipho ugcina sethola ukuthi ngimithisa ubonge waqonda kubo lapha kubo athi mayifika dubula umama kabonge dubula ubaba kabonge dubula ubonge bese idubula ngathi mina sengiqeda ukuzwa indlavu lezi inhlanhla ezi5 ngabe ngiphuthuma khona endlini usucelento yimlweni ngikubangikona uthe mase ngifika ngahlangana nesibhamu ngasicosha isibhamu athi mase ngisicoshile isibhamu ngabheka nangu ubonge ngilele lapha nangu mama ubonge ufile lapha ngangazi ukuthi ngiwenze njani thiku lapho ngafica ubongeke ngathi usaphefumula ngasondela kuwo wangitshela wathi Mdumseni ukho okwenzakalayo lapha emhlabeni ukwazi ukuthi ngiyakuthanda inhliziyo yami yanqomuka 10 pieces ngezwa ngiyenje ngiphala ngemuva thixwa lapho ngase ngithi ngiyaphendula ngahlala isibhakela samaphoyisa ngafika emantshini sifana ngiqula icala manje wathiwa
You had a good woman. I would do anything for you. And I did. I would do anything for you. And I did. You are a motherfucking loser. I'm done with you. I'm done. Go get your shit for a while and get out. Matter of fact, I want a divorce.
Mel, please, no. Mel, I love you. You really gonna do me like this?
Yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Mel, please.
Please get out.
Mel, please, come.
Get out!
I'm not leaving.
You know me. You know I can be a motherfucking devil if I want to. So please get out.
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me you're sorry. Don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows I'd like to. I wish I could. But I can't. I can't forget that we had something and you're running away. You're running away. Don't you see, Mark? You're running from what I've searched for all my life. And why? Because you're scared. I'm scared too. What we have We have something worth fighting for. Don't you see, Mark? All my life, I've been searching for you. I've been loving you. And you deciding to turn your back on me? Don't you dare do that. Can you honestly stand there and tell me that you feel nothing for me? That everything that happened that night was a lie? I thought you loved me, Mike. I thought you loved me. It's the human experience. You can pretend all you want, but you're only lying to yourself. You're only lying to yourself. And I'm not going to stand here and wait for you to decide when you're ready to love me.
I just had one sip of wine. A rapist doesn't have to be a stranger to be legitimate. Someone you never saw. But if you'd been in public with him, danced on dance, kissed him lightly goodbye with closed mouth, then pressing charges will be as hard as trying to keep your legs closed, while 5 fools try to run a train on you. These men, friend of ours who smile nice and stay employed, lock the door behind you, and we're left with the scars. Being betrayed by men who know us and expect we will submit. We must have known. Because it turns out the nature of rape has changed. We can now meet them in circles we frequent for companionship. We can even see them at the coffee house with someone we know. We can even invite them over for dinner and get raped by invitation.
You see, that's why we are fighting.
What do you mean? Hey, that's right. We do that. Remember? We don't cut each other any slack. We don't do that. When I'm being an asshole, don't you not tell me that I'm being an asshole? Don't you? When you're being a pain in the ass, which you are, more than half the time, I have no problem telling you or hurting your feelings. Because I have like a 2-second rebound rate, then you next doing the pain in the ass thing again. Huh? Come on. So no, it's not gonna be easy. It isn't. But I want this, me and you, every day. I want this. Not for today, not for the weekend, but forever. Huh? Every day. Me and you, maybe some coleslaw. Hey, I mean, think about your life. Think about it 20 years, 30 years from now. If it's with that guy, then go. Go. Because I've lost you before. I can do it again, only if that's what you wanted. Just don't take the easy way out. Don't do that. So forget about me, forget about your fiance, forget about your parents, forget about what everyone wants. Just answer me one question. What do you want?